we just got a whole bunch of brand new crazy Poppy Playtime news. Starting off with the reveal of the Yarnaby Plush we've been waiting a long time to see, our very first look at the in-game models for the Nightmare Critter plushies, something we've only seen for like Bob drops and not the others, including the last 2 lore reveal drops in the 12 days of Playtime. Well, not really the last 12, there's still one more left and we'll talk about at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's just go hop into the video and start off with the brand new Yarnaby Plush. But before we actually go in and talk about the Yarnaby Plush, I realized I actually had to go in order. So let's just go in and talk about what Mob actually released. Of course, this is released yesterday. It says, on the 10th day of Playtime, my playmate gave to me 8 absolutely adorable Nightmare Critters, showing of course the emojis for each of the critters, saying celebrating the 10th day of 12 days of Playtime with us by telling who's your favorite Nightmare Critter. Now, since this is of course the 10th day, if you guys do not know, every single day they've been releasing a little bit of like a newspaper and giving a little bit more info on each character, being a nice little thing to hype us up for chapter 4. But if you guys did not know, I did do 2 previous videos where we go and talk about the first day. So of course, if you want to go check out those videos to see the, other 9 characters, definitely go check that out, because today we'll be looking at day 10 and 11, with day 10 of course being the Nightmare Critters. And I gotta say, out of every single one of these we've seen, yes, we still haven't seen day 12, but I gotta say this Nightmare Critter one is my absolute favorite. Not just because the render is amazing, but it first of all gives us a little bit more info on them, and also it just has so much more interesting things. So let's just go and actually talk about it. Of course, it says a line of experiments that is built off their predecessors, the Smiling Critters. Unironically, most of the Smiling and Nightmare Critters experiments got along rather well, at least for a time. This is definitely showing us that the Nightmare Critters and Smiling Critters have a little bit of drama. And since, in this whole news video, we looked at the Steam page images, and one of them was a mine showing a little tiny Bobby Bear Hug plush in her corner. Not too much to think about, but what if, the reason why I was confused with why I wasn't a Nightmare Critters, because what if the Nightmare Critters aren't actually evil? They might look evil because they're nightmares, but what if it's all just a facade and they're actually, here to help us? I've been seeing this whole theory flying around Twitter that they're of course here to help us, and this would make sense, saying that of course that they did get along, but then they didn't. So it would make sense that of course they'll be here to help us, and then of course the Smiling Critters are like the little ones we had to, fend off against. Something also interesting is of course the Nightmare Critter VHS tape, showing that there is most likely going to be a 2D ad. We have no idea if we're going to get one in the beginning of chapter 4 or somewhat in chapter 4, but maybe this tape is going to show us that there was a show planned, or is a show actually out there, which would be pretty cool. But I definitely want to go and talk about the render here. Thanks for, Mob, for giving me the render in high quality. This render is made by the one and only Spence on, Twitter/X, and as you guys can actually see here, it actually shows the in-game models for the very first time, because, we've only seen drawings and we only seen Bob Chops, as a render. Bob Chop's design looks a lot more finished, as you guys can see from the textures on the teeth and of course the nose, but now you can actually see all the other Nightmare Critters and how their eyes are a little bit different, making them look all angry. I love that attention to detail. You can also see that Icky Licky's just chilling in the back for some reason, maybe hinting that Icky Licky's going to be a little bit more important, because, in the Steam page images again, we did see like this poison vat type area, which most likely Icky Licky is going to be maybe part of, since, toxic and stuff. Don't know if it's just a hint or just because Icky Licky just did not fit in with the rest of the gang here. But I absolutely love this render so much. It is my absolute favorite render so far. I don't know why. Don't mind me stuttering here, but it's just literally peak. But one thing that they also went and let us know in the whole bottom here, saying, did you know when creating the Nightmare Critters, our artists submitted way more concepts of different critters to potentially be added to the lineup? What sort of critter would you want to see? Now this is interesting because first of all, it could show that they want to make more different critter lineup toys, or that they just want to ask us which ones they want to see from like cut content, because most likely when chapter 4 comes out, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of cut content. So of course, go and subscribe to stay tuned for whenever chapter 4 comes out, so you can see full gameplays, news, and of course the behind the scene content. They also posted this like the other day about the game we talked about in the past news video about Poppy Playtime Survive, and how they have like a whole code here for credits. Just wanted to add it in here for people who care, but the game is not good. Spoiler alert. But moving on to day 11th, aka today, on the 12th or the 11th day of playtime, a playmate gave to me this cute and doofy good boy, showing of course Yarnaby, saying, what do you think Yarnaby's role will be in chapter 4? Definitely hinting at something. But something you also notice when looking at both the two tweets is when the day 11th actually happened, Mob Entertainment's Twitter actually changed, showing of course this eye as the new logo here, and also the name and text mainly being all glitched out on the new post, and of course on the name. This is most likely hinting at what's going to happen the next day, which we're definitely going to go and talk about. But it says here, as for Yarnaby, a stunted mind that once showed so much promise. Yarnaby was deemed to be a failure in all the ways other than the fact that he survived. Don't let that fool you though. He's highly agile and can be downright ferocious when aggroed, showing that Yarnaby might actually just be a chill little goober, but then when you get on his bad side, he's just, not chill. But yeah, it definitely shows us that old render we already saw for Yarnaby, still peak. But then they actually went and gave us a little bit of a sneak peek for the upcoming Yarnaby Plush. So in my idea, I definitely do think that this is going to be available to pre-order. It's not available to pre-order yet, and we still do not know a date, price, or time, but most likely we'll be releasing whenever chapter 4 releases, January. But as you guys see here, the photo's a little bit glitchy, but it still looks pretty good. You can see this is definitely one of, if not my favorite plushies I've ever made so far. I do love the smiling critter so much, but look at Yarnaby. I really do hope that the eyes are plastic and not like soft fluff. That's the one thing I have to say, but you guys can see from the claws, all the yarn, the mouth can actually literally open and close. I'm hoping that it has magnets inside so it's able to stay closed or stay open, depending on your preference. But I gotta say, this plush looks amazing. You can also see different angles, of course, that they actually went and showed us, just nothing really crazy. And also, when speaking about plushies, you can also see different plushies on the Epic Drop store, showing a brand new jumbo catnap plush for $40, and of course, a jumbo Dog Day plush also for $30. Why is catnap more expensive? Well, catnap's catnap. Everybody wants catnap, so of course they made catnap more expensive. And also the Japan pop-up shop did actually show some brand new keychain designs, which look amazing. Sadly, we cannot even get them because they're exclusive to Japan, sadly. Rest in peace. But also thanks to Little Elf Nappy on Twitter, we're able to actually see that this whole vinyl figure we saw from Japan, also in this news video here, is actually available to buy in Japan, and it looks a lot bigger in person as I actually could think it was, because I thought it was gonna be like a little mini thing, but no, it looks pretty big, and definitely want to get it, so stay tuned. Whenever I do somehow get my hands on this, I definitely want to do a review on it. But on day 11th, what's more interesting is that Mob Entertainment said that's all for day 11 of the 12 days of playtime. Who do you think is next? And it was supposed to be our next playmate will be, but then it got all glitched out, showing a whole bunch of eyes, with other Mob developers just showing more eyes, just definitely hinting at the next day, day 12, the final and last day, to be hinting at potentially a brand new character. Whoever it is, I definitely cannot wait to see it, and you definitely don't want to miss it too, so subscribe and stay tuned to see who that is or what's going to be happening tomorrow. But for the last little bits of news, Tipper just went and premiered his brand new interview with Amber, an artist at Mob Entertainment. So definitely go watch that. Along with Nye's also posting his interview with Anthony, a Mob Entertainment animator and of course journalist. So you definitely do not want to miss any of these two interviews. It says upcoming, by the time you actually see this video, Nye's whole video will be up and live, so definitely go watch it. But for of course the last little bit of news I just want to add in here, because it's nothing too big and I definitely do not want to get anyone's hopes up. But Mercury on Twitter did let me know that the Project Playtime's whole Steam database did have an update recently. It's removing some like partner things, and no, the lemon, no. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. They didn't add anything, they didn't really change anything except for just removing something. So just want to let you know, because this is like a news video, but like it's nothing crazy. Please don't read into this. That's me. If this video, you guys can let me know in the comments below what do you guys do think about all the brand new merch, lore drops, and of course the amazing looking Nightmare Critter render and all that stuff. Don't forget to check out this video here for other Poppy Playtime news, and of course stay tuned for other stuff like news, merch reviews, because I definitely will be getting the Yarnaby plush and I definitely do want to do a review on it.